Hello, this is an Infiniti M45. Today my brother's doing an oil change and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about drain plugs and drain plug washers. So this one goes to the bottom of the oil pan. This is what stops the oil from draining when running. It's the bottommost part of the oil pan. And this one here, it looks interesting. I don't know if this is an aftermarket or original OEM. I have to admit I've not seen a very brand new drain plug bolt myself. But here we have it. It's the right thread and everything, so that's good. Here, this looks like an aftermarket washer. It's just a copper washer. It's not a crush washer like the OEM style is. Now, this is what the OEM style looks like. And if you look at it closely, you'll see that it's got this part. It's thinner metal, and when you tighten it, it collapses. It works. It holds everything properly. And although some people reuse them, they're really meant to be single use. This thing is like 88 cents, and they usually buy them in 10 quantities of 10, like this, drain plug washer. Now let's talk about this crush washer. Well, this copper washer over here. This is not a crush washer, and I would venture to say that we haven't significantly changed the dimensions, the thickness, by tightening it down. Now, what I was talking, my brother is doing an oil change here. This is like the first time. I think this is his third oil change with the vehicle, but this is the first time he's actually getting it done here. And I wanted to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of using the OEM style. So I encouraged him to actually reuse this washer here. At first it said, well, maybe you could try to flip it over, but looking at it, because there's a wear pattern on this side, it said, you know what, just install it exactly like it came out. So that's what we're going to do. And the reason I told him to reuse this is this. When you use one of these OEM style washers, and my brother goes to these quick lube places, so hey, knock on some wood for him. Those people don't have the time, most times, from my experience, to end up, okay, I take that back. I wouldn't say most times, but sometimes the people that do these jobs might not have the time or the patience to peel this guy off, because usually you have to use a knife and peel it off and then install another one. If they did that, they're going to go ahead and just reinstall this one here. Again, it's not the worst thing. It works. It's holding, right? It prevents oil from leaking. The problem comes in when you take it to one of these 5-minute oil change places, and then you've got a washer like this already collapsed, and then they tighten it, and then oil starts leaking again. Then they keep tightening it, and before long you could actually have quite an adventure with your drain plug. I've seen some of these places, and again, I'm not trying to vindicate all. I'm not trying to, I guess, make all quick lube places sound evil, but I've personally seen some vehicles come from the quick lube places with like RTV around the drain plug, and you're thinking, okay, what's the story here? Why does it look like that? Why did you feel the need to try to seal it with some other stuff? So this is just a discussion, I guess. If you were in a situation like this, sometimes I do have these. I have so many of these, so for me it's not a problem, and no one ever changes my oil except me. But I told my brother, sometimes for the sake of safety, for the sake of convenience, maybe sometimes it makes sense to go with aftermarket. I hope this makes sense in a counterintuitive way. I hope it does make sense as to why I would encourage someone to not use OEM drain plug washers. Okay, all the best. Let's hear your thoughts.